The Volkswagen Tiguan has been the brand's bread and butter crossover since its introduction to North America in 2009. When it was first introduced, it brought flavor and substance to the compact crossover class that was certainly absent during its time. Fast forward nearly 8 years later, and the Tiguan finally sees a complete revamp for 2018, improving necessary enhancements to technology, practicality, and comfort. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this all-new 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan. First off, this is a new Tiguan from top to bottom. Based off of the MQB platform, the Tiguan is one of the biggest compact crossovers in the class, and it becomes very evident especially when you're on the interior, as passenger space has been increased. Styling of the Tiguan retains a handsome yet clean and bold look, similar to its larger brother the Atlas, with sleek looking LED tail lamps in the rear and optional LED headlights. Our trim of the Tiguan we have here is the mid SE trim level, which comes pretty well equipped. We also do have automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection and blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert. And you also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto too. Here is the key fob for the vehicle. You have a switchblade key with your lock, unlock to release your tailgate and your panic alarm. This exterior color of the Tiguan is known as the Pure White. With the Titan Black leatherette interior. With your power driver seat controls as well as your power lumbar. Stepping on the inside of the Tiguan, step-in height is pretty low, and you're greeted to a very welcoming cabin here, very modern, and I love the new layout especially. And most of the controls are facing a little more towards the driver, which is pretty cool too. And definitely a huge improvement over the last generation Tiguan. You do have push button ignition, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And what you're hearing there is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. You have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, 8-speed automatic here with manual shiftability. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera. And you also have rear cross traffic alert with your guidance lines and trajectory. And you can exit out if you would like while you're in reverse. And you have your electronic parking brake as well. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights, as well as the fogs and the hazards. Let's go and check out the exterior of the Tiguan. Automatic driver's side window. Pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior side mirrors with LED side turn signal indicators. 17-inch alloy wheels. Coming up front here, you have halogen headlights with LED daytime running lights down below, and then your halogen fog lights. Powering the Tiguan here is VW's very familiar 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing 184 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. You're also looking at EPA estimates of 21 in the city and 27 on the highway. And ours is also equipped with the 4Motion all-wheel drive system. People will also appreciate that this new Tiguan now requires regular unleaded fuel instead of premium unleaded. But you will find that this powertrain does produce a reasonable amount of power, but it certainly won't knock your socks off. And it is reasonably fuel efficient as well. Pricing of the Tiguan starts at the base S trim level, starts at $25,345. And then you have the SE, which starts at $29,080, SEL $32,550, SEL Premium $36,250. And then you can also get each trim level with the 4Motion all-wheel drive system. Competitors of the Tiguan, you're looking at vehicles in the compact crossover class. This includes the likes of the Ford Escape, Toyota RAV4, Nissan Rogue. You also do have the GMC Terrain, as well as the Chevrolet Equinox and the Honda CR-V. Coming to the rear, you have LED tail lights with LED turn signal indicators. Very clean and handsome looking design, and you also have dual exhaust tips. Pricing of our particular Tiguan, you're looking at $31,585. EPA estimates, like I said, 21 in the city on 27 on the highway. Government 5-star safety ratings, overall vehicle score hasn't been rated yet. And the parts content information for the US and Canadian, you're looking at 11%, Mexico 43%, and Germany 16%. So all the parts just comes from everywhere. And the final assembly point for this vehicle is actually in Mexico. Engine is from Mexico, the country of origin, and the transmission is from Japan. And of course, you have all of your basic power necessities, including power windows, mirrors, and your door locks. Improvements to the interior quality of the Tiguan are certainly welcomed, and you'll find that it's much better than its predecessor. Just nice styling details such as carpeting near the bottle holders, as well as soft touch door panels and a soft touch dashboard make this a much more premium feeling vehicle. And you'll also find that the interior trim bits and pieces are much sturdier feeling as well. Steering wheel is also fairly stylish for our mid SE trim level, and you'll find high gloss black trim accenting around the buttons and a flat bottom design here to give it a more sporty flair. And you'll find also your cruise control buttons over here, as well as your Bluetooth phone controls, voice recognition, steering wheel mounted audio controls, as well as your controls for your driver information center. We do have a pretty traditional looking setup here, but you can also go for a 12-inch digital cockpit display available from Volkswagen, which looks fantastic on this vehicle. On the right, you'll find your speedometer as well as your fuel gauge, and on the left you have your tach as well as your coolant temperature. In the center there, you'll find all of your vehicle information, such as like your vehicle status, which will show you any warning messages, and then you also have your exterior temperature readout down here, as well as your digital clock in the upper left-hand corner. It also gives you driving data, which will show you things like your fuel range, your economy too, and then your oil temperature, your digital speedometer, your distance, travel time, just all of your driving information, and then your driver assistance systems such as your blind spot detection, and your rear cross traffic alert for collision warning. Then you have your audio, which you can change your audio source from here. Then your telephone, of course. But this is a nice little system here, and it's controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel, but I certainly recommend stepping up to that beautiful looking 12-inch cockpit display that's available. Up here you'll find your manually dimming rear view mirror, LED map lighting, sunglass container, as well as your SOS Safety Connect, dual zone automatic climate control with your different zones, fan speed levels, and your adjustable temperatures. 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger as well. And we have 2 USB charging ports, an auxiliary input, and your 12-volt power outlet, as well as your little storage cubby. Here's where you'll also find your electronic parking brake, your traction control off button, and then your automatic start-stop system off button. So when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, the engine will actually shut off to conserve a little bit of fuel. But if you don't like that, then you could turn it off, which is pretty cool. And then you also have your all-wheel drive mode selector, which you have your snow mode, as well as your normal, and then your off-road, as well as your off-road custom. And I'll show you up on the 8-inch touchscreen which mode you're in. And you have your center console storage, and it's pretty deep down there, plenty of storage. The seats are really have been improved over the last generation Tiguan here. They're much more supportive, lots of side bolstering going on here, and it will definitely hold you in place very well. And there's also plenty of thigh support, and very comfortable, and definitely great for long road trips. Plenty of visibility all around the Tiguan with lots of front glass area, tons of glass area through the front windshield here. And when you get to rearward visibility, not too bad, but the small rear window back there does hinder a little bit on your rearward visibility. But at least the Tiguan here comes with a standard rear view camera. In your glove box compartment, you also find your optical disc drive for your CD player as well as your SD card slot. Let's get to the main infotainment system and head unit. Now this is an 8-inch color touch screen display. This is your home screen right here, and it displays all your different menus. You can also access many of these different menus by these shortcut buttons on the side here. Your different audio sources do include all of the norm, including AM, FM, XM satellite radio, and you also have a direct tune feature, which is very convenient if you don't want to tune through all the different radio stations, of course. And your setup, which you could change many different settings, including the sound, from the treble, bass, and all that good stuff, as well as you can view your subscription information, and you have your tag songs. And then your external media devices also include Bluetooth streaming audio, your USB port with iPod integration, and your auxiliary input. Coming to your phone, of course, you can hook up multiple Bluetooth devices onto the system here. Have an integrated dial pad, as well as you can store your contacts. And you have your voice recognition. What can I say?
Which topic do you need help with?
Cancel.
Cancel.
Over here to the app connect section, you'll find your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, as well as your mirror link, and then you have your setup for these, and you have your activate your data transmission for VW apps, which you could turn on or off if you would like, and you could change the landscape of your mirror link, or you can turn it 180 degrees if you would like. And then you have your car, which will show you your driving information here if you don't want to view it by the main driver information display. Your vehicle status, which will give you any warning messages. Your Think Blue trainer, which will show you how fuel efficient you're driving, and then you have your energy consumers too. It shows you what's taking up the most energy. Like right now, the climate control is taking up the most energy, which I will turn off. And then you have your setup, like the tires, personalization, lights, assistance systems, opening and closing, many different settings that you can change for the vehicle, like the interior lighting for the instrument cluster and the panel, and then your parking and maneuvering settings like the rear cross traffic alert. And let's get to the system settings, which will you could change the display, such as the brightness, touchscreen tone. You could turn that on or off if you would like. And then language you can also change too. And then your different units of measurement, from the distance from miles or to kilometers. And then you have your temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, economy from MPG, from MPG US to MPG UK, and then your pressure if you want it PSI or kPa. But overall, the 8-inch touchscreen display from Volkswagen is one of the best in the business, and you'll find it to be very intuitive. Certainly the biggest improvement that Volkswagen has made to the Tiguan in terms of driving dynamics is in its handling as well as its ride quality. It doesn't feel as firm over rough road pavement, and it's pretty well composed, especially when handling this vehicle. It feels much more agile and nimble too. You also find that the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, while it's not a thrill seeker, it does provide a reasonable amount of get-up for the Tiguan here. But if you're looking for more power, I suggest you check out some of the competition like the Ford Escape, available with a stronger 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, or you could check out the Chevrolet Equinox or the GMC Terrain. But this turbocharged 4-cylinder, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just it doesn't provide a whole lot of power for this vehicle, but it's sufficient enough. And the 8-speed automatic, there are a couple hiccups here and there, but for the most part, it is a pretty refined transmission. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Just gonna check out the rest of the vehicle. Interior quality somewhat follows through in the rear. Soft touch on the armrest, door panel, mid-door panel, not upper door panel, hard touch plastic. Now what's special about the Tiguan is that you can actually go for third row seating back here. Many compact crossovers do not offer that. And you also have adjustable headrests for all 3 seats, as well as rear seat cup holders with the center armrest, rear air vents, and a 12-volt power outlet and USB charging port back here with dual map pockets as well. And certainly where Volkswagen has really improved for the rear seating is in its space. There's much more space back here, lots of headroom, tons of legroom, thanks to that added length of 10 inches for the vehicle. Certainly has improved the passenger space a whole lot. And you'll also find carpeting near the bottle holders back here too. All right. You can also go for a power lift gate if you would like. Decent amount of cargo space back here. In fact, one of the roomiest in the class. And very convenient that you can fold the rear seats down just by these levers back here, which you will also find in many other compact crossovers, such as the Honda CR-V. But like I said, what really stands out about the Tiguan is that you can get a 3rd row in this vehicle. So with its increased passenger space, with its available new 3rd row, and its intuitive technology with plenty of features available, the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan stands as a very compelling choice among compact crossovers. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.